Alrighty everyone, welcome back. It is now December 16th of 2023, and ever since the whole Elon Musk and Bob Iger situation that actually happened at the New York Times Dealbook Summit just a couple of weeks ago, that really started this whole tension between Elon and Bob Iger that has been an ongoing thing and really not good for Disney and their sake as a company, as they have remained in the hot seat ever since Elon Musk has been calling them out almost every single day, using his X platform and also really kind of doing things behind closed doors that's going to really bring the company down to a specific level that we have never seen before. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. Now, one thing that I really do love about Elon Musk, whether you hate or love the guy, by the way, I think it was much needed for someone with that much of a following to call out Disney, to call out Bob Iger, to put him at the center of attention, and negatively so, to kind of shed light more on the truth about what Disney has been up to for the past number of years, with their DEI nonsense being poured into their entertainment fields with television and film and even the parks around the globe. Now, what's interesting about Elon Musk is that we know that this ongoing battle, so to speak, between the X platform and Disney after they pulled advertising from there, we already know that Disney is snapping back at Elon Musk by partnering up with those like Apple, Warner Brothers, Paramount, Sony Pictures, all these different studios and corporations in their desperate move to convince other companies to drop advertising from X. However, on top of that, what's even all the more revealing is that with the Elon Musk and Bob Iger situation only getting worse for the board of directors, one major development has to do with Elon Musk's reaction toward Disney and what actions are being made against the company. Now, a crucial update to this ongoing drama is that Elon is already preparing to develop a significant call-out against Disney using his X platform in the form of a video that is going to call out Disney's usage of DEI and how it must be excluded from their entertainment. The process that Elon is going through right now is set to expose new truths about Bob Iger and the Disney board of directors and their contradictions with DEI that will be thrown into the visual call-out against the company. However, Elon is reportedly not just going after their usage of DEI into films and television, which by the way stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion, but also with their theme parks around the globe. To make matters even worse for Disney, Elon is already prepared to hop on board of several podcasts, one of which being the Joe Rogan podcast by this January, and later, as it turns out, 2 other podcasts that are going to be associated with the mainstream media. Now, though once again, these are currently unknown at this time, Elon is also set to expose new revelations related to Disney's Bob Iger and what he planned to do in 2024 and 2025 as his last years, of course, of CEO before he plans to step down in 2026. Now, in addition to all of this, Musk is going to put the franchise like Marvel and Star Wars in the spotlight, both on the Joe Rogan podcast and the X account in the form of a call-out video that is being developed by Musk himself and a dedicated team close to him that is working hand in hand. These visual call-outs are actually set to go over and expose Disney's statistics and all the failures that Disney has made in 2023, such as their box office failures and the closure of the Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel, just to name a few. This comes in the wake of Disney pulling advertising from Elon's X platform and is Elon's way of snapping back at the company to expose the truth of how hypocritical and contradictory Disney truly is with their creations across the board from all divisions of the company. Now guys, before I move on, one thing I will say about this ongoing development is the fact that you have these 2 CEOs, right? You got Bob Iger, you got Elon Musk, going back and forth against each other, and this is something that we never expected to happen, at least in the 4th quarter of 2023, right? Ever since he called out Bob Iger, ever since Disney pulled advertising from X, and that whole scenario that actually just unfolded at the Dealbook Summit, alright, the New York Times Dealbook Summit, that's when everything truly began to really kind of put Disney in further damage control. You're going to see that Bob Iger is going to have more statements readily available now for their box office failures throughout 2023. He's already begun the apology tour on several factors over at Disney's divisions, such as, for example, Walt Disney Animation Studios, responsible for the Wish movie. I don't know if you guys know about that film, but it was also yet again another box office collapse for Disney. And it's not looking good for 2024. We already know that Deadpool 3 is going through some creative differences with Ryan Reynolds and Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, the writers, the team of Deadpool 3, so to speak. We have a lot more to talk about that later, so stay tuned on that. However, interestingly enough, this is where matters get even more serious involving Elon and Bob. Now, to top things off, Elon is also getting ready to make a direct announcement about his stance against Disney and CEO Bob Iger on video. This will also be done on X, with Elon on camera using, of course, his account. Though, of course, he will be using the Joe Rogan podcast through Spotify and is said to be the true exposure of Disney, of course, revealing the most secrets about the corporate ladder as well, that Elon reportedly has obtained over the years that he wants to expose to the world. The Rogan podcast is prepared to be well over 1 hour of dedicated callouts against Disney through conversing between himself and, of course, Joe Rogan about Bob Iger and his plan to be the groundbreaking interview that we've all been waiting for between Elon and Joe. Something that Disney is already on edge about, as they have remained in the, of course, hot seat for the past number of weeks now since the Dealbook Summit. Now again, we know that Bob Iger, in my book, is worse than Bob Chapek. I think that we could all agree here that Chapek was the fall guy, Iger was semi-retired. We all knew it. I think they knew it. You know, it was pretty obvious at the time. There was no way in hell that Chapek was going to stay until his contract came to a close. In fact, he was fired. And that's how they wanted to make it seem. Yes, I think in reality what was really going on, and we have, discussed this in the past, that the board of directors really mapped this out, that basically they used Chapek to kind of just, like I said before, serve as the fall guy, to take the heat, to kind of take all of that, and then drag Bob Iger back in at last minute in the end of 2022 to kind of patch things up. So it has not really been good. In reality, it's both the CEO's problems. It's both the Bobs that really caused the mess over at Disney. I mean, it really started all with Iger, sure, and Chapek, yes, but I think Iger's return truly kind of brought Disney down to an even bigger low that's really not bringing them anywhere. And 2024, I keep bringing this up, but it's going to be an empty year to begin with for movie releases, especially for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Deadpool 3 being the only one. 2025, you're going to have an abundant amount of movies by Disney that's going to be box office flop one after the other. So overall, I would like to hear what you all have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.